How's it going, everybody? My name is John, and this has got to be the damn craziest election season that we've ever seen. As today we're going to talk about not the first, but the second assassination attempt on Donald Trump. Yesterday on September 15th, a middle-aged man named Ryan Ruth fired shots of an AK-47 assault rifle outside of a golf course that Trump was playing at. Thankfully, the former president nor anybody else was hit. There's definitely a lot to cover with the attempt, but the main thing I want to touch up on is why I believe the Republicans are blaming the Democrats for the attempt, despite the fact that Ryan Ruth can't really be linked to either party. Firstly, I want to start with Joe Biden, who says that there's no place for political violence in America, but one day before the original Thomas Matthew Crooks attempt, said that Trump was a threat to democracy.
There is no, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, those of you who know me, many of you do, no place in political violence for political violence in America. None. Zero. Never. We must do everything we can to prevent it and never give it any oxygen. Most importantly, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, Trump is a threat to this nation.
Joe, despite getting slower in recent years, I think would be smart enough to see the problem in calling him a threat, but also saying there's no place for political violence. Those two statements are counterintuitive of each other because Joe Biden, by calling Trump a threat, is saying that you should do something about it. If something is threatening you, it's only natural to defend yourself against the threat. That's the whole process of self-defense. Many more Democrats, including this example I found from Bozo Harry Sisson, repeats the same sentiment of saying, there's no place for political violence in America. Oh, by the way, he's a fascist and we're on the brink of losing our democracy. There's already a debate over the most famous actual fascists in the world being taken out as a baby and if people would do it. So why wouldn't they think that somebody would want to take out grown man Trump if you're making these comparisons? What's even worse than that is the people who are denying it, like Mayo, who says, how many more assassination attempts is he gonna fake? Which implies that not only this most recent one, but the original one with Crooks was fake as well. My response to that is, how the hell is the one with Crooks fake? This new one's a little bit new and we don't have all the information, but did Trump somehow set up Crooks to get his brains blown out on the roof? Did he somehow orchestrate the bullet to go past him and hit an innocent father in the crowd? These claims are absolutely ridiculous and dumbs down real, actual threats to human lives. He's a grandfather. People need to have a heart. I actually ended up having an interaction with that Mayo account as they posted one day after the shots were fired at the golf course that Trump is a domestic terrorist, which I said is the reason why those sort of events happen at the golf course, which they just responded telling me to shut up. In order to reach the stem root of why people act and talk like this, I believe you have to trace it back to the media, which is where I believe you can trace most of the problems back in our country to. But just take a listen to this clip of Lester Holt talking about the incident just after it happened.
Today's apparent assassination attempt comes amid increasingly fierce rhetoric on the campaign trail itself. Mr. Trump, his running mate J.D. Vance continue to make baseless claims about Haitian immigrants in Ohio.
In light of his new rhetoric, the incident happens. That's Lester Holt's nice fuck around way of saying, even though it's an attempt on Trump's life, Trump is responsible for raising the rhetoric to this violent level. And I'm sure you guys have heard on the news recently, right? The rhetoric has been so violent. There's been all these bomb threats that have gone to Springfield, Ohio since Trump's talked about it. Wow, it's so violent. But in reality, confirmed by the governor of Ohio, all those bomb threats are sent from overseas and are not credible threats.
33 separate bomb threats, each one of which has been responded to, and each one of whom has been found as a hoax. So 33 threats, 33 hoax.
So with that, I think it's quite sick that the Dems are trying to place the blame for this incident on Trump, despite the fact that they have hypocritically put out just as much hateful rhetoric, if not even more. Anyway, those are my quick thoughts on the incident, as I'm sure most of us didn't believe that this story would arise, but please do your guys' due diligence. As I said in the beginning of the video, there is a ton of information. Please go out there and look for it while it's fresh, while it's available. You never know what's going to get memory withheld from us like the last time. And I will see you all in the next one. Hit like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Peace out.